Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are now watching the Queen 86 Voices We Can't Be Heard. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. This is a video with friends and their opinions off of love versus lust. All right, I am going to bring up my first guest from the backyard. My friends. I got one. We got Ken in. I don't see Natavia in it yet. Okay, so. Right now, we're actually just sitting here waiting on Natavia to join this live. I basically did a live earlier on how I felt, so I guess Candace, if you want to, you can actually take yourself off of mute and you can actually share your thoughts on love versus lust.
I mean, hey, it's a tricky thing to me. I see it as a limbo type of deal because it's like lust can kind of trap you into thinking you're in love until it's too late. So it's like it becomes,
You say it could trap you into something until it's too late.
right, because you're so much in lust of things that you think, to me, I feel like if you so much, you think you in love, but not seeing that you're actually just in lust. And then by that time it's kind of in your mind you figure like it's too late, when in turn it's not too late. It's just what becomes your decision to do after you find out.
I mean, this is the thing. Okay, when it comes, I just feel this is me. I feel like when it comes to love, love is something to where you have to actually, it's an affection. So at the end of the day, you got to be able to invest time and you got to be around the individual to know, their character, to know how they is in order to, you know, develop feelings for someone like that. So mainly everybody out here, if you're looking at someone and you're not with them, basically you're out here, you just lusting. If you can't call that person yours and they don't come home to you, you're just lusting. And I mean, some of us just have to, rearrange our lives a little differently to adjust. But I mean, it's just with me, what I done been through. I'm the type of individual where I guard my feelings. So with that being said, I don't let a lot of people in. So I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't mean I can't speak for everybody else, but that's just me. So I mean, I can get what you're saying though, but I mean, you gotta actually be able to be invested in that, and sometimes it just means you just have to guard your heart, or you have to start. Sometimes people just have to start being a hard ass, just being playing hard to get, because I mean that's what most men are doing now. Most men are actually playing hard to get. So I mean, why women can't do it? Why every gender can't do it? So I mean, it's not about just saying that you love that person, because just because you get in a relationship with somebody and y'all actually living together, I mean, and y'all got this, this family that y'all call or whatever, that doesn't mean that this individual actually love you. And I'm saying that because I was in a relationship with somebody for 15 years that never loved me. It was just all a lust. I wanted that, so I went for that. That is what I wrapped around my mind at that time to want. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it goes back to a mental thing. Now, would I accept that shit today? Hell no. Would I accept a man just no? I'm not accepting a man that don't even have standards for himself. If a man can't come to the table and talk to me and tell me what he expect from himself, we have nothing to talk about. You got to have expectations for yourself. And at the end of the day, you just got to guard your heart so you won't fall within the world of lust. You got to guard your heart, because at the end of the day, you only going to be in love one time to someone outside of your mother, your father, your siblings, someone that can actually become a companion for the ones in the back that don't understand what I'm saying. So That's just my opinion. So, Tay, what is your opinion on the topic for tonight? Again, the topic of the night is love versus lust. Do you have anything you want to say about that? Or Candace, did you want to say something after that?
Uh, I think Candace having technical difficulties. I did too.
Okay. We're
um,
gonna call in IT. IT, we need you. All right, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, like, kind of basically everything you already touched in the last video you made. I mean, and like Candace was saying, lust is kind of self-explanatory. It can be used. Oh, there she goes. She's back. You okay, Candace?
Yeah.
All right. We got.
IT came in to the rescue.
Yeah, we got to send
Technical
some
support.
spoilers.
Technical support. Okay. Go ahead, Tay.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just basically that. I mean, it's a lot of lust more than it is love nowadays. That's for sure. Especially with
Yeah.
how the dating world is. A lot of people just fall in love with lust because they don't really know what
What love
love
is.
is or
There
how
it is.
to love themselves. So
Or how to receive love.
yeah, or even how to give it sometimes. It's just love is a very touchy thing right now with everybody having so many issues that they're dealing with on their own, especially with the world going the way it is. So love is definitely it's an overused word right now, I would say, because nobody's
I
being
agree.
caught
I
for
mean,
real.
it is overused, but at the end of the day, how many people is actually out there really in love with their mate that they're with right now?
I mean, I'm just talking about. They don't even have to be with
It's
the
not
mate right
it's,
now. It's
right. I mean, even if it's not a mate, I mean, but people are together just to say they have someone.
And I would tie that into the self love portion because if you feel like you have to have somebody just because you feel the need of having a physical person there, or for whatever reason, then you need to look into yourself.
Right, but then that also go back to the fact of when you get out of a relationship, you can't just jump right into another relationship. You gotta heal from the relationship that you was previously in. You gotta learn from from that situation. Sometimes you gotta treat sometimes you gotta treat different relationships as the opposite of what you have been through. If you go back through all the relationships and realize what have I done in these relationships that just made these relationships just seem like they just failed. First of all, you done probably went in a relationship head first and gave you all.
Yeah, but I
And
mean,
most people
that's
don't get that.
that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of that does tie into self love because if you aren't ready to take on those lessons, you're just going to do them again. If you aren't ready to admit the truth, then you're just going to be blind to it. So it's not as easy as all. It's not always as easy as just treating somebody else differently when you haven't even realized the whole answer to the whole equation yet.
I mean, it's not about figuring out the whole answer to the equation because you have eternity, to figure that out. You got the rest of your life to figure that out. Right now, you just trying to figure out who you are. Once you figure out who you are, I mean, then you can get to know somebody else. But you can't get to know somebody else if you don't know who you is. That's the reason why the word love is being tossed around so loosely because it's a lot of people that don't love themselves. Because
Right.
this is the thing about it. When you look at it from my point of view is I'm gonna treat you the way I want you to treat me because at the end of the day, if this was my son or my daughter, I would want you to love my son or my daughter the way that I would want somebody to love me. But everybody not set up like that. It's a lot of people out here just trying to, I'm gonna tell you I love you just to get what I want from you. I know if I tell you I love you, I can get this. I know if I say I love you, I know I'll have you, doing whatever. I know if I tell you I love, that's why half of these women out here, prostituting now because they pimped and told them what at one point of time, I love you. I love you. All you got to hear somebody say is, I love you. And then you're going to automatically assume that you and this person is spiritually tied. Not. That's not how they work. That's not how they work. You can let bad energy into your relationship just as if you can let positive energy into your relationship. The thing about it is that when two souls or two spirits doesn't match, you will know that, because it's gonna always be something. It's gonna always be something. If something is not meant for you and you steady dibbling and dabbling into it, something is gonna always happen because you're still not learning the lesson behind it. So with that being said, love yourself first before going out trying to make somebody love you. You can't make somebody love you if you don't love you. How many people can actually sit and be by themselves and actually say, oh, I love me. I'm happy right where I'm at? Not too many. Because you can't love yourself because you probably too busy worried about what the next person got going on. That's taken away from your self-love. So, I mean, love starts with yourself. It start with yourself. It don't start with your mama or your daddy, because at the end of the day, they gave you the tools that you needed. You use those tools. But the word love, the way that people are using it right now, is not, I mean, it's unacceptable. And that's just like like the topic that we had the other night. We talking about poly. Okay, don't get me wrong. Yes, all these people are actually in love with each other, but at the end of the day, like, can you really say that you can honestly love two people? Can you really say that you love two people and just, this is where I want to be for the rest of your life? You know, off the back, I love these two people. That's it. Nobody else. I'm not going nowhere else. This is it. Just us. No. You gotta be so tied to somebody to know what love is. Love is a deeper bond than, just saying, oh, she's cute. No, love is when you and somebody ain't never did nothing intimately, but you can actually sense that something is wrong with this person. That's a form of knowing that you are actually falling in love with somebody, because you can actually sense this person's soul or spirit is, off. I mean, it develops the sexual. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, gotta lay yourself first. All right, keep going, Dave. On you. I mean, don't blame me no
It
more.
was. Hey, I mean, hey, you got some good points based off of your personal opinion on it. It's all, I mean, it's all some facts into it. Everyone has their different definition of what they presume the word love is.
Exactly. Exactly. But again, you gotta know what the word love mean in order to receive it or give it. It's a deeper, it's a deeper feeling.
It's
The
a
feeling.
deeper feeling for one, and it's something you know if you take the sex out of it,
That's how you would know.
that's how you
Yeah.
know.
There you go.
Because when you look back and notice that you haven't been that sexual with someone, but yet they still are attached to you, you still feel their emotions, they still affect your mood, they still can affect you in different ways and communicate with you in different ways to fulfill you. That sex does not have to be the forefront in order to feel the emotions of love from them.
It's like the mental and spiritual connection.
Right. So it just depends on how many. Some people's love language might be a sexual love language. So therefore they thrive off of that. Because love is just a word, but it's actually a language unspoken.
As soon as I took it off, she got louder. I'm sorry, y'all.
But lust is a tricky thing. Lust can get you in some trouble.
Right. I mean, lust is something that everybody knows. It's like the forbidden fruit. Hush.
It's that forbidden fruit. It can get you into trouble if you're not that type of person who's upfront with what you're doing.
Yeah, and that goes back to the live last night. But again, like I said, love is to me, I don't know about nobody else. And I say that because once you meet somebody that shows you the opposite of what you done always received, that is how you know that it's a different feeling. But if you
Okay.
always meeting the same person and everybody that you done met is just alike and they're all doing the same thing and they all got the same similar traits. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am going to say, look at yourself. But what are you doing that you could limit and probably get a different outcome?
With that, I believe if you are constantly having the same issue on a consistent basis with different women who have different personalities and zodiacs, regardless, I think when it's an inside thing, it's more so of what are you, you're repeating what you're attracting.
Right. I get that. But that's what I'm saying. It's like breaking the cycle of what you done already experienced. So this is what I'm saying. Ooh,
But to
it goes,
find, it's like you have to finding that red flag that's a
there you
connection
go.
between the past. Not to say that woman is doing that though, but to know that that red flag is something that needs to be paused on to either know the truth of the matter behind it. Because some red flags are just automatically no, ain't dealing with it, not gonna deal with it, and done and over. And some are more so a red flag, but what's the explanation? Because everything has two sides to a story.
Actually, there's three sides to a story.
Of course, that third one.
You know, the truth lies somewhere up in there now.
Yeah, but
But
I mean, you also have to be honest. Some people tend to make their own truths in their head sometimes when it comes
right,
Right,
especially
but
based
with
off of
love.
their
that's
scenario.
I get that.
But then that comes down to the who's in lust and who's in love. Because if one person's falling in love, then they believe they're doing everything in their mind frame to feel those emotions. But if the other party is just lusting,
I
and then
get
that's where your previous podcast of after that 3 months of finding out their trueness
the
of
truth
what
of who
they're.
they is. Exactly, because a person can only portray to be somebody for so long. And that's with men and women. And
So it's
I'm
like you can lust for 3 months. You can lust with someone for 3 months, and they could be falling in love with you for 3 months.
right, but the thing about it is that what are you falling in love with? The appearance?
The
Because
persona
you
that they are
because,
perceiving, the wordplay that they are using, the
right,
terminology
but
in
the thing
which they
about it
choose
is,
to word.
but are you thinking about the individuals out there in the world that know how to mind fuck others? Are you thinking about the ones that actually know how to mind fuck the others and manipulate the others to get what they want out of situations? See, that's
Yes,
why I say I think a
they. I
person.
mean, they all of them exist. I mean, and those who know that they're able to tap into that ability, they're a dangerous force because then they know what they're doing, so they know how to portray it. But if you don't catch it in the beginning, that's why I said them red flags. You
Right,
got to
but
catch the. You would have to know how to catch that wordplay in the beginning of talking to them and knowing of the language of which they're conveying their conversations between you.
do you know that an individual can give you the body language that you are actually searching for?
True, the body language can be there, but then it comes into play if it's a these days you have a lot of distance relationships, and then that
And
way
how
that
many?
becomes into different things when you choose to, because a lot of couples travel, a lot of you got trucker relationships, so it's like a lot
And
of
they
people
ain't
meet
laughing.
And these days, actually, a lot of TikTok relationships are starting to develop. A lot of people are posting that they
Yes.
met through
Yes.
TikTok. So that means they're meeting long distance, they're meeting over the phone. So therefore, you only get the body language in that time frame of that person's persona that
Right,
they're
but I mean,
giving you.
I can get that. I can totally get that, and that's because it's non-sexual. That goes back to, yes, you can fall in love with somebody. As I mean, if it's no sex going on, nothing sexual going on there, and all of a sudden you fall in love with somebody just off of who they is and how they treat you, that is just like falling in love with the opposite of what you never had. That's why I'm saying it all goes in it all goes together. It all goes together. But at the end of the day, I mean, it goes back to, are you willing to accept that love and receive that love as well? Because yeah, just because you met them online, okay, all right, we met online. I'm in love with you. I don't, I'm loving who you is. I love your style. I love your appearance. I love it all. But how is it gonna be once you start to take things to the next level and you start to learn different things about this individual? And you like, oh, we had a lot in common then, but on this right here, we are so completely different. Like you're not finna you're not finna meet nobody and just see something and say, oh, that's for me. That's it. Do you know how many people I have ran into that have actually just said what they want to do to me? Now it's not. I mean, don't get me wrong. Maybe you like the conversation that we having. Maybe you enticed, but at the end of the day, I already know what you looking at. I mean, you know what I'm saying. So my thing is, um, regroup, try it again, because I'm not that girl. So I mean, you can't be looking for nothing else because I'm coming off to you only sexually. In your mind, you only lusting off of what you see. So with that being said, me and you can never be. Now I mean now if you're not worried about my body and you worried about my mind, you worried about my soul and my spirit, but we about to take this thing to a whole nother level. But if you worried about how I look when I just undress, no. That's why I say love is not always that. That's why I say it goes back to, I mean, it can be sexual, but what happens when that sexual appearance wear off?
Right.
It goes
That's
back
why
to,
you have that main question I believe that most women start to ask someone they're talking to when they say those words, I love you. Instead of them repeating those words back, they tend to say what you love
what,
about me.
right, because at the end of the day, you need to tell me something that you love instead of just saying, "Oh, you being here? Are you giving me this?" No, what do you love? Do you love my eyes? Do you love how my eyes sparkle? Do you love the ring around my eyes? Well, I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, just tell me something. But most people can't do that. Most people can't tell you what they love about you. That's why they go quiet. Because now they really got to think about, okay, what do I love? And if you can't answer the question, what do you love about your mate ain't for you. You ain't for your mate.
Now I can agree with both ends of it because one end Candace said about the people getting relationships online. I've seen a lot of people meeting online and getting married and all that kind of stuff. So I can agree with that. But also with Robin, I mean, sometimes people do just grow apart. I understand what you're saying. Like you want to know the reason, not just a general. I want to be with you, so I love you. I get it.
Right. But when you genuinely love someone, you're not going to grow out of it. You see how some of these people, you know, been together 55 years, they done been together 30 plus years.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying because a lot of those
They had
older couples are the ones saying that they just grew apart as they got older in age. They wanted different things. At
Right,
least
but
a lot of those older couples saying that.
And then you got older couples who say that they learned to re-love each other. They took renewing vows serious. They knew that each other were going to grow and change, and the marriage was going
but
to.
Went to
if
counseling and all that stuff.
right, and if you think about that, that is a part of maintaining a healthy relationship. When you get in a relationship with somebody, you can't expect for the sparks to be up all the time. You got to do things to spark up your relationship. Yes, after being in a relationship, I'm gonna say for at least five, being in a marriage for 5 years, I feel like that couple need to review their vows and come to terms again on why they got married. Because as long as you can remind your partner on why y'all are together, that is the foundation that holds it together. So you got people out here that don't want to go on dates no more because they didn't got married. That's not how you got that person. That's part of grooming your partner. That's not making your partner love you. That's just taking care of your partner. Y'all go out and y'all rekindle. That's all it is. So through all of this, love is not the same thing as lust. Yes, individuals they're gonna start off lusting you, and then they may start off sleeping with you, and then they may start off saying they love sleeping with you. So since they love sleeping with you, they may feel like that they're in love with you. Nope, that's not your fairy tale. That's not your fairy tale. That's just my opinion. So
I mean, that's true on that end, due to the fact that once you stop sleeping with them, then you got to hear their attitude, and now you realize it was just about the sex that you were attracted to, and you weren't paying attention to the other sides of that person. Because long as they're giving it up sexually, which is what you lusting and love and about, but once it's gone, that's why sometimes those online, they benefit in a different way, because you really can love. You can start off lusting,
mhm,
but then
I
the
get
conversations between even an online to progression of it becomes all right. That
and that
lust wears off
goes
a lot quicker.
and all of this gonna go back to that person mindset, because I feel like an individual that can maintain a long distance relationship for over 3 months, you got a powerful mind.
Approaching 30
Because
minutes.
and I'm gonna say that because yeah, we are almost 30 minutes in. I'm gonna get ready to end this live. If you don't heard anything on this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. We're not done yet though. But
Yeah,
if
because I was gonna say for some people it's also the chase. They are attracted to the chase pursuing of somebody.
yes, and that's what I say. Some people love it. If you love it, if it's your cup of tea, go for it. Do you, but do not expect a relationship that you lusted off of to make it. If y'all ain't putting in the effort to um turn it into something else, or to grow the relationship or move to another level and build with each other, and y'all just sitting there worried about how y'all mingling and tingling, and that's the only thing that got y'all together, it ain't gonna last. But when you go out and you find somebody that actually love you, somebody that actually got affection and feelings that's deep, that's just only for you, you got your fairy tale. All right, guys, we're actually 1 minute out from being 30 minutes in here. I know I didn't held you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you like this video, again, it's your girl Robin coming at you with another video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please share this video. And we are showing faces at the end. Yes, for the next 30 seconds, you get to see us. How about that? Candace done dyed her hair over there.
I know, right?
And honey blonde on us. I like it. I like the red going on right there. Loving it, loving it. Where the baby at? Baby over there hiding, probably sleeping shit
It's
over
sleep.
here.
A
See,
much needed nap.
she out here looking all percolating tonight. She say, "Wait a minute, let me see what I can snatch, snatch him back." All right, guys, we are actually 3 seconds out. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. Have a great night.
Peace.
I was trying to hit the end button on time, and I don't think I did.
No.
But hey, peace out, y'all.